What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Every Week We Follow. So today we're going to be analysing a brilliant away win at Bruges in the last 16 of the Champions League. Gary, what are your thoughts?
Mate, what a result. What a result that is. Obviously, we'll get into the performance in a minute, but the result, above everything, right, like, it takes a massive amount of pressure off us next week. I'm absolutely buzzing. So come on, the Villa boys. In preparation for that, I was so excited, mate. I made my bed.
Yeah, for anyone that doesn't know the context around that, there was some guy who basically came on the last video and all they did was comment, is it too hard to make your bed?
To make your bed. So
of all the things, like, didn't comment all they said. Absolutely ridiculous.
Mate, I might start a bed making channel. maybe that's the way forward. I don't know. But check out our YouTube shorts. And while you're there, don't forget to subscribe.
If you're new here, subscribe. Pop your post notifications on as well. We do previews, post and match analysis, and we do
ding that bell.
Yeah, we do. We do some match day vlogs as well, usually for the big games. So we will be doing one for Bruges at home because we are both going to that. But yes, on to the analysis straight away. So, absolutely rapid start, wasn't it?
Mate, 2 minutes. Yeah. Do you know what? I spent the first 5 minutes of the pre-match going, I can't believe Bailey's starting. How is Bailey starting over Asensio? I don't understand.
That was one of the things I was literally going on about at the start. Because obviously, unfortunately, I actually missed the game, but I watched like the highlights. I watched what I could in the pub. But yeah, I was literally saying to the guys at work, I was like, you started Bailey?
Mate, I text you. I texted you and I said, make it make sense. Make it make sense.
What gets me is that unless you're watching Villa, you think Bailey's all right still.
Yeah.
Because people are thinking of last season. I'm like, no. He's dreadful.
Okay, so let's start with the positives, right? That is a brilliant finish. It really is on the half volley to control that like that. It's a superb finish. And there's a little bit I want to talk about after Bailey, but yeah, great start and chuff for Mings to the first couple of minutes to get an assist. You know, after picking the ball up in that very area. You know, it was a brilliant start, mate. We started so positively. First 10 minutes was great, I thought. You know, so look at it. Difficult, but like as you said with Bailey, the amount of minutes that he's played and what he's produced in games has just been absolutely shocking, mate. I don't know the justification of the selection yesterday, and then he goes and does that in the first couple of minutes. It's commentator's curse, isn't it?
Because you sent me the video, but I couldn't hear it. You sent me a video of the pre-match chat with Emery.
Mate, I've put it on our TikTok channel. Go and check it out. Right, it's so funny. The woman interviews him and goes, right. So Marco Asensio scored 4 goals in 2 games, and he's on the bench. Like, is there any particular reason as to why that is? And Emery goes, yes, there's one reason as to why that is. And she goes, can you tell us what it is? And he goes, yes, he's on the bench. And that's it. That's all he says. And you go, what the fuck? And then
I've never really known Emery to be too snappy with the media, but he's getting a little bit asked. He's like getting fed up of like the questioning, isn't he?
Yeah. Well, it turns out that apparently Asensio had a bit of a knock. That's what the commentators were saying on TNT yesterday.
Right? Oh, really?
That's why he didn't start apparently. But I don't know. Nothing was mentioned about that before the game at all. So I was thinking, God, I hope Asensio's not kind of pissed him off because, like we say, he's just above and beyond levels, mate. For me, Asensio, he's a proper baller.
We wax lyrical about him on our.
Don't fall in love with lone players. It's too late, mate.
Well,
it's too late.
We'll get onto it later. But yeah, we'll get onto it later. Don't worry.
Yeah.
And then obviously, so there was a screenshot that you sent me around this here, which was for.
So again, the positives for this was like Rashford initially does brilliantly. Like he starts off on the left hand side, he lifts the ball over incoming defender brilliantly, and then drives into the centre of the pitch. Now, just at this moment, now look, he's got 2 options there for me. Yeah. He either plays Bailey in first time, or that little pass in the middle to Rodgers there. He's onside where he's got the ball. So if he plays it in that split second, he's through on goal. And as that kind of transgresses, he hesitates, and then Bailey has to hold his run, and he plays it to Bailey. and he then continues to run, and Bailey plays him in, and he has a shot, and Mings saves it, right? And it's not a bad.
Yes, I've seen
Yeah,
this. Yeah,
it's not a bad passage of play, but I just thought in that moment there, like if he plays it first time to Bailey or Rodgers, it's a goal.
What's interesting isn't it? Because Rashford's actually seems to have like linked up quite well with Rodgers, and they seem to have quite a good kind of chemistry between each other. So it's interesting he didn't play that ball, but I mean, I don't know what. It looks like the defender's going backpedaling, so he's not going to be able to get to it if he played it in between.
Yeah. Well, that player's there. He's looking at
if it was like a Tielemans, and this is the advantage with Tielemans playing higher up the pitch, right? If this was a Tielemans or someone like that, they probably do play that ball into Rodgers.
Well, yeah. Well, and the other thing was, I think as you watch it, like obviously that's a still, but I think there's a split second where he might shoot as well, and then he doesn't. So in the moment where he's going to, like, you've got two options there: you either pass it or shoot, and then he doesn't, and he realises the shot's not on because that defender, right, he takes a step towards him, and that's when and then Rodgers runs offside, and then the only option is Bailey, and that's what he does, and he still gets a shot away, and the keeps out, but he's at an impossible angle almost.
Yeah, it's like a little 1-2, isn't it? Between
yeah. But I just thought, football's fine lines, and if we go 2-0 up, maybe the game's already over. So
no, true. I mean, my thoughts were obviously, again, I didn't see the whole game. I kind of saw bits of it when I was at the pub, and I was like trying to watch it on my phone because they didn't have TNT Sports in this pub. Instead, they had the Discovery Channel on with like some lions and stuff. And animals.
But I got confused because TNT is also on Discovery Plus, right? So maybe they just got the wrong channel.
What got me was I asked the barman. I said to him, "Oh, have you got TNT Sports here?" He was like, "Oh, nah, sorry, mate. They've got Sky." And I was like, "Right." And then
what kind of a pub were you in? And what kind of a fan are you?
It's just a pub opposite work, right? And then literally, I've just paid, and then he goes, "Oh, if you want to watch it though, just up the road, there's a place called the Stag. They'll be showing it." And I was like, I was like. You fucking wait for me to pay, didn't you? I'm not stupid. I was like, brilliant.
Enjoy your pint, and I got the Stag and watch
then
it.
Obviously we get a table, and then we're all sat there, and then I was like, right, we're 1 point, we've had our pint, and I was like, right, shall we go? And then they're like, oh, do we have to go? You've got it on your phone. I'm like, fine. And then bit annoying, but anyway. And then obviously Bruges' goal. From what I could tell, they really did, and from what I could see on like commentary and stuff, was they really did. They had a really good go. Like as in if anything, they should have been a couple up.
We had the majority of the possession, did very little with it, but they looked the most dangerous, if I'm honest, like in terms of looking like they were the more likely. And this guy, I mean, people will obviously question Disasi. It's a decent ball over the top. But the guy who scores, look who's running after him. Like this image here, like this for me, mate, it's inexcusable, right, at any level of football. Because if you're switched on, particularly if you're playing Champions League football, right, you're not going to get away with this at any level. But in Champions League, there's no way you're getting away with it. Now look at the guy who scores. He's just past the halfway line, and Bailey's in front of him. He's 5 yards behind him there, right, and Bailey just doesn't react. He just doesn't react to him at all. And
you see him arriving here, right? So like this player comes in, there's Bailey behind him.
Yeah, he's behind, and once he's behind him, he then reacts, and when he comes into the box, he's 5 yards in front of him. So he starts 5 yards behind him, and he's 5 yards in front of him, and it's a free shot on goal, and everyone's just screwing because practically, other than that, everyone is like Mings is pointing to Konza, like everyone else is covered apart from the man that Bailey should be covering, and it just.
If you look here, it looks like Martinez actually looks at he's moaning at Bailey, being like, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
It does, but it does look like it.
But I mean, there was on the TNT footage, there was a better angle of showing where he runs from, and I couldn't get it right. So it's more like a bird's eye view, looking like down the pitch, right? And you could, and so you can see how he overtakes him,
and as well because. I felt like Bailey last season for sure, maybe a bit this season, but this season he's been quite patchy. He'd really worked on that tracking back.
Yeah.
He'd got much better at it because I remember he hadn't done it since joining. He literally just didn't bother. It is frustrating, and like you said, at these kind of levels, like we do this against other teams, we're gonna I mean, we got punished here, but we'll continually get punished because they'll just go, well, if you keep doing that, he's not going to run back and forth the whole game.
You've just got to put the work in. It's frustrating because I think it sums Bailey's season up in about 5 or 10 minutes. Really, you go from scoring a great goal, looking dangerous out on the left, to not doing that's basic stuff, mate. It's basic. Follow your runner, and he doesn't do it, and we get punished. And like I say, if we do get through, and I think we will, the result yesterday's a fantastic result. Right, either Liverpool or PSG will just destroy us in those moments. They just will. They're attacking threats. We've seen it. I know we got a draw against Liverpool at home, but they look to exploit those moments. They do. Their forward-thinking line is just quick.
We played well in that game. We had a really good game.
We did.
But then this is all anyone's talking about here. Now, when I first saw this. When I was watching the highlights, and I didn't know about it because I was watching it on the way home on the train. I was just like, "Oh, how's he missed that? That's a terrible miss. That's absolute stonewall gold.
Yeah,
he has to score." And then I saw you sent me a thing with a freeze frame.
Yeah,
and I was like, "Has he handballed it?" But here, you just
look off his shin. Mate, the great thing about that was, right, it was so good, the clearance, even the officials didn't see it because that was a goal kick.
But that's why the Bruges players were screwing, right? Because he knew he'd made that touch. But all I was thinking was looking at this going, bing, hamstring. I was looking at that going, how is he not injured himself doing that?
Mate, it is unbelievable. And again, if we're talking about,
we don't know if it was going in. I'm not 100% sure if it was going in. It looked like it might have been.
Mate, I think that would have gone in off the post. I do. I think that would have gone in off the post. I think that touch just changed. Well, it just goes it wide. And for again, the Mings redemption story is complete. And in the 6-yard area where he picked the ball up last time, he's just basically saved us from going 2-1 down there. And it was brilliant. I loved it, mate. Absolutely loved it.
I watch it. I'm looking at it going, how's he done that?
Unbelievable. I mean, the thing is, as he lifts his leg, his arm comes up as well. So you just think, God, please let it be handball.
That's what I said to you. I was like, the freeze frame I saw, I was like,
as he handballed it,
with his hand. I was like, shit, it's like hand of God all over again or something.
God, imagine if he'd have got away with that, it would have been even funnier. It's a big shout out to Mings yesterday.
Man of the match performance from what I hear. Apparently, he's solid as a rock.
And there's Bruges' defender showing Watkins how to put a ball in the back of the net.
Well, this is the thing, right? This is the thing. I mean, you'd like to think so, but if he hadn't have done that, would Watkins have scored?
No. He'd have hit it straight at the goalkeeper.
I mean, he's literally, he's right in the middle of the goal. Surely he would have scored. What
I love about that is Rodgers' first time pass. Again, we play with a bit of tempo, and people can't defend it. It's undefended. He has to make that defender has to make that challenge. Otherwise, it is a tap in, isn't it? I mean, you've got
it's a lovely finish.
It's
a lovely finish.
And Rodgers didn't have the great game yesterday, and neither did Watkins. But again, at this point, it's just about the results. And I think positives were Mings was outstanding, and he redeemed himself massively.
We're starting to turn. I mean, obviously Palace aside, but we are starting to kind of win ugly. We're starting to manage to grind these results out.
Well, it was really interesting, pre-match. John McGinn's press conference, he was like, we've been massively inconsistent this year, right? Mm-hmm. Which is a fair reflection. I think everyone would agree with that. And he said there's more to come from us. So, and we've been saying this for weeks, mate. And I've been saying it for weeks where you go, we feel like we're so close to doing something really good. So, this is the push, isn't it? If we can, I'm not saying we will, but you've got 10 games left in the Premier League. You've got FA Cup quarter-final, potentially Champions League quarter-final.
Right. Okay. So just on this, right? Just on this. So, say we beat Preston. I've just jinxed it. We're going to lose now.
Mate, what would you?
But say we beat Preston, and we make it to the quarterfinals of Champions League, but we finish 9th. Is that a successful season? Quarterfinals of the Champions League, semi-finals of the FA Cup, trip to Wembley, and you finished one place outside of any kind of European places.
Well, I mean, you could say it's been an exciting season, but we've just fallen short. I think we have to achieve some level of European football for it to be a success.
I agree. I think for me, it's like, look, we're not going to win the Champions League.
No,
I mean, we'll probably have this discussion if and when we make it through.
Mate, we're not winning. Like, even if by some miraculous chance we beat PSG or Liverpool, we have to face. We have to face Real Madrid or Atletico. And watching that game last night, mate.
Obviously, you know, we're and also we're football fans. Like you've got to support the team.
Yeah,
and you've got to be excited about it, and you've got to believe you can do it, right? Like,
otherwise,
what's the point? What's the point in supporting them? It's just like, oh, great trip to PSG.
Oh, mate, and football's an underdog-loving sport, mate. Like,
we know that on our day, if we're in it, and this is the same situation, any of these two-legged games, and it was the same I said with Bruges. If we're a goal in it, and especially if the second leg's at home, I feel like we can do it. I don't know how the legs would fall on the quarterfinal.
So I was looking at this morning, and I don't think anyone truly knows. A couple of things I saw said that because of the draw, the next game, so the quarterfinal, we would be at home in the second leg. So if that is the case, brilliant. I don't know about the semi-final. I'd have to
It's really hard to find out any information about a lot of this. It's actually a lot of people have been quite confused, I think, with the way it's been done. But
again, if you know, drop us a comment and let us know. You know, we are clueless. I'm sure there are other people that do know, but we don't.
But we never know. But I think you're 100% right. Like for me, actually, the best outcome other than the Champions League is winning the FA Cup and getting Europa League that way.
Yeah,
that way you win something and you qualify.
Yeah.
So I'm actually like, fuck it, Emery. Like, go to town on the FA Cup. Like, we if we can win that, oh my god. I mean, we've never won the FA Cup, right?
Yeah. What do you mean? We've won it loads of times, mate.
Mate, I'm shit with this stuff.
We've won the FA Cup numerous times. I think 6 times. Yeah, no, I don't know. This is people are going to hate us for this.
It was before majority of people now.
Yeah,
were
1957 was the last success, mate. Like, so it's been.
Sorry, I've just fucking like killed any
Everyone's just dropped off now.
Yeah, any kind of credibility I had here. I was sitting there and I was like, because I remember hearing about it. I remember listening. And that was it. People were saying they'd never seen us win the FA Cup.
Yeah.
So there's lots of people who have never seen us win the FA Cup. Because I was like, we've won everything.
Yeah, it's been nearly 50 years though, mate. Not 57 was the one. They sell shirts on the website and everything. Like, you can buy it. Go check it out.
The only one we haven't won is the Johnston Paint Trophy. That's which is now the Virtue trophy.
What do you win there? Like a tin of paint? Like, I don't. What's the point of that?
Virtue, right? So surely you win a car.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's just gloss over. I might just cut that out.
Yeah.
Cut that bit out. Right, anyway.
We'll put that on a bloopers reel. There you go.
Anyway, onto this. So,
I
mean, also, just to be clear on that, just to show us how moronic we are and how we don't know what we're doing. I think it's twice now we've said, I'd have Disassi at the back, and both times he's been cup tied. Yeah. So we keep forgetting to actually like get our facts straight before we actually do these things. But anyway, the penalty. So it was like, what was it, 5-6 minutes of absolute madness for Bruges?
The
game.
Mate, what was the quote I saw yesterday? Basically, Bruges more or less had the majority of the game, but then had 2 brain farts in the last 10 minutes.
Yeah, brain farts. On Sky Sports or something, like a legitimate.
That was on Sky Sports. The write up on it. Brain brilliant. Yeah, that's a definite penalty, mate. I mean, they did check it to see if the ball had gone out of play from the cross, and I was like, what? But it was a definite penalty. Matty Cash does well to react.
Well, I was about to say, really good from Cash, just following it up. Like, at that stage in the game, we're 2-1 up. You could easily kind of just like look to see it out, but no, he's pressing, he's pushing, and gets his reward for it. And then up steps this absolutely sexy monster.
Well, right, just pause. Just as this is happening. Don't pause it. There, just let it play. It's just this guy for me, right, is the one. Like, I don't know how we get him, right? I don't know what we do to get him, but like, I think he's. As soon as he came on, right, and I couldn't get these clips because they weren't on I couldn't see them on the highlight reel on Villa TV, and I think I'd have to go through the footage of TNT. But he instantly raises the tempo. There's 2 or 3 occasions where he plays the ball similar to what Tielemans does, but in that final third, he links up with JJ really well and just got the play moving. And all of a sudden, like, we look more likely in the last, when he came on, last 20 minutes. And just before this penalty, he has a great chance, and I think it is JJ that plays him in, and he has a shot, and Mignolet makes a brilliant save, right? But it was, when the penalty was given, I was like screaming at the TV, let Asensio take it. Let Asensio take it. He will not miss it. And Watkins is, I don't know if Watkins is up, but I think it was Tielemans had the ball in his hand, and I was like, no, Tielemans, you've missed the last couple of ones.
Because there was obviously, I mean, because I think I said, I was like, why didn't Watkins take it? And I think you went, because he'd missed. And then I think I replied saying, but he hasn't missed for us this season. And then I very quickly edited it and went, actually, other than that one where the pitch turf his foot kind of went.
Against Celtic, when it went into outer space.
Was that the last penalty he had?
I think so, yeah.
So maybe it was a little bit of that.
But, mate, that's a brilliant penalty. It's right in the corner. Oh, it just, Yeah. Thankfully, he didn't 2-foot it, because otherwise that was a bit of bloody free kick to them.
Well, you're right, because obviously Mignolet's gone the right way. Right into the corner.
And bar a meltdown at Villa Park, mate, we will concede, so I think we need to score a goal at Villa Park. It would be nice to get an early one.
Well,
the game's dead. But
one last thing quickly, though. Am I right in thinking Asensio's wearing a knee brace or knee strapping on his left knee?
Well, it might be. That might have been the knock that.
Yeah, that's probably
that I was talking about during the game. But again, not mentioned. And I guess Emery didn't want to give anything away as to his physics out. So,
but I think So on to the second leg. I mean, if we concede within the first half hour and we go a goal down, it's game on, isn't it? That'll become twitchy. The fans will get on us, will go nervy, or the atmosphere will go quiet. This is what the park does.
It is not a foregone conclusion.
I don't mind them scoring if we'd already scored.
Yeah. Well, it's not a foregone conclusion, mate. That they are not a bad side. They offered a threat yesterday, and bar a good side from Martinez, they really did cause us trouble. Like in behind, over the top, the ball for the goal. We have to be. We just have to do what we know we can do. And at Villa Park, it's a bit of a fortress. 14 games unbeaten at Villa Park. We need to hit that game with a bit of. I come back to it, just the tempo, mate. Because
do you think that's what Emery's going to do? Do you think he's going to defend from the front? So he's going to be like, right, get a goal, and it's tight.
Get it done. Yeah, get it done. Because if you score early, I can't. Yeah, I can see Bruce scoring, but I can't see him scoring three.
And I don't know whether it's the players or I don't know whether it's what Emery's telling them to do. But when we go 2 goals up in a game, we go so defensive, and we go pretty safe. I'm a little worried that we'll look to basically just see it out to 60 at 0-0, and then be like, right, well, we'll just soak this up.
I hope he doesn't do that, because that's going to be squeaky bum time for the whole game.
Yeah,
I think we just need to go and put it to bed.
With the way our team is, and with the firepower we have and stuff, it's just just go at them, get a goal in the first 20 minutes, and the tie's done.
Again, Emery on the sidelines yesterday, mate, he got booked. Right, he was
ballistic.
He was going fucking mental. Right, so for that to happen, right, and no, the only thing that would frustrate me if I'm saying to the players, right, this is the game plan. We know what the game plan is. We know how we play, right? But let's ping that ball around. Let's make sure we're moving it quickly. We just don't do it. And it must be so frustrating, because even in the first half yesterday.
And do you think tempo and that kind of thing is what he's getting frustrated at, or is he?
Well, mate, again, I'm not a professional football coach, but as a fan watching it frustrates the fuck out of me. Like yesterday, 3 or 4 times in the first half, Mings or Konza brings the ball out towards the halfway line, right? Nothing on. No one's making a move, and you had Rashford, Watkins, Bailey and Rodgers, right, stood in a line, not one of them moving, right? Yeah. So then either one of the defenders then tries to take it past the halfway line, we lose the ball, and they're out in possession, and then they're on us. And I just go, okay, the ball either has to go in straight away, because if one of them makes a move, maybe Rodgers drops slightly in, then play it to his feet straight away. Right now, Rodgers had a poor game yesterday and miscontrolled the ball numerous times, but it's still that's the way it's got to go, because I'd rather lose the ball in that quadrant than a defender lose it in that quadrant, because you're out, you're overrun. Then you've got overloads. So it really frustrated me yesterday that even when players made or not, Bailey in the first 10-15 minutes did make a couple of really good runs, right, and the ball wasn't played. And you go, why aren't you playing the ball? I don't understand why you're not playing the ball. You don't play. You come back and we recycle and we keep possession.
Who was on the ball in these scenarios?
So it was Konza or Mings. I can't remember. I think it was. I think they were both guilty of it. I think it was Konza a couple of times because Konza was on the right side. So
this is the thing, isn't it? And I think people obviously before we were calling for Mings Torres centre back pairing. It's a best centre back pairing. It's more solid. It'll keep the goals out. Blah blah blah. That hasn't happened. Like we've continued to leak
goals. Yeah.
Obviously, yesterday, Mings' clearance was fantastic, and he did put in a really good defensive performance. But you do wonder, like, is Torres going to help us unlock this? Is Torres going to be the one who can break those lines? And actually, I don't know how he was when he came on, but how was Kamara when he came on as well?
Oh, mate, the guy's a Rolls Royce, isn't he? He's definitely directly linked to
that allows Tielemans to go a bit higher if needed as well.
Mate, Kamara for me, like, he's the key. We just need to keep him fit. Like he came on, he was involved in the third goal. Sorry, twice.
Yeah.
He's. I mean, if he gets to run of games like we did last time, I said, I'd love to do a player focus on Kamara. I think that would be really good to go to a little bit of detail.
If Torres, I mean, obviously Torres was in the squad, right? I believe.
It didn't come on. Sorry, I got. Kamara distracts me because he's a Rolls Royce, but
it's all right. It's the hair. It's a broken metatarsal, right? So he's going to take a little bit of time to get up to speed and stuff. But I think with even with Kamara on the pitch, you can go right. Okay, so Mings or Disasi or Konsa can go right. Kamara can drop in. He goes right. Here you go. Dictate the play. And then Kamara can then go right. Okay, where's the pass? Whereas at the moment, we don't have the player because Tielemans doesn't want to drop that deep. It's usually McGinn maybe dropping. And then it ends up just kind of going side to side rather than actually going through the lines and directly into the midfield. So it could be that until then. And to be fair, I think if I remember rightly, when Kamara was at centre back, he actually did all right with that. I don't think we were sitting there going, "We're not playing."
No, Kamara was playing those balls, man. And we know Torres is a better ball player than both Konza and Mings. However, defensively, Torres has got question marks all over him because he's not the quickest, and we still leak goals. Now, again, with the metatarsal, I don't know how quickly he's going to come back. But yeah, Kamara's going to be a massive difference. I'm glad he came on yesterday. Hopefully, that means he might start against Brentford on Saturday. It will be interesting because it's the one thing that's really letting us down. Just the movement. But even when he has been in the squad, I will still say all season this season, our tempo has been too slow. Like it has been too slow. So, I've got to believe that Emery sees that and knows that that's key to kind of breaking down teams, really. Because whether we play a pressing team or whether you play a team that sit back and defend against you. To beat the press, you've got to play quick interchange of passes to break it. And if you've got teams sitting behind the ball, you've got to move the ball quickly to move them out of position to kind of create space, which is constant running. Like maybe I'm asking too much. Maybe my expectation levels are too high on professional athletes to keep running for 90 minutes. Do you know what I mean? It's maybe I'm being too harsh and too critical. I don't know. But ultimately, if you want to be successful at the level of qualifying for Europe, winning cups, winning leagues and trophies. Mate, the teams that do that, do it. It's not. Yes, you have quality, but like watch the Atletico Real Madrid game yesterday, and I know Real Madrid picked it at the end. But mate, defensively, like both teams, the running that goes into it. If you watch them, you go, that's the difference. And then the quality when they get those chances is not. There's levels to the sport. There are, and we need. Obviously, we're trying to work towards that, but we've been so massively inconsistent this year that you can see what we're trying to do, but we don't do it good. Don't do it well enough.
We can't put a run of 3 games. Like we maybe get back-to-back wins, but even that's rare. And 3 games. I don't know if we've had a 3-game winning streak. I don't know. I can't think.
No, I don't think we have.
Not in recent. Not since the turn of the year.
No.
So and the games have been coming thick and fast, and all competitions all over the place. And then we've got all these injuries, and then the injuries are a problem, but still doesn't really like negate tempo and desire.
Mate,
and
for the want of sounding like a broken record, because the algorithm picks this up and it might trash us into somewhere else, right? It's just we've just got to do what we're doing, but do it better. That's it. That's it. Like, I've got no gripes with the way we play. It's fine. We've got a good squad now, right? But we're not going to keep hold of those players unless we finish where we're supposed to finish, which is in the European places. And like you say, if the FA Cup's the best way of that, that could be a perfect season. Silverware and a European place could be enough to keep the players that we've got. I don't know about Rashford. Rashford's obviously kind of dependent, but the Asensio deal, to keep him an extra year, to have that guy in our squad for an extra year, playing that tempo of football the way he does it. And he does do it, mate. Match sharp.
That's it.
Like
that's the thing. He's getting up to fitness and sharpness.
Yeah.
Mate, this isn't even like peak Asensio. This is like probably like 75% Asensio.
You know, playing in his favoured position, right?
Quick one though. I think I said this to you earlier. If it is PSG in the quarters, can he play? He can't play.
I don't know.
So I believe by default, it's usually they can't play, right?
Yeah.
But because it was the same with I think it was Illing Jr. and who was it? Oh fuck! Sorry. It was with Illing Jr. I think, and maybe Dougie with the Juve game.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they said you can request with UEFA. You can request special dispensation
Great
to
word.
allow that player to play. Is that the right word? Dispensation?
That's a great word, mate. I love it. Fits in with it. Let's go with it.
You can request special permission to play that player, and I think the other team has to agree to it. Now, whether PSG would, I mean, they'd be stupid to. I also don't know if I'm getting confused with the COP, but I'm pretty sure that's the case, that you can request it. Now, the problem is I look at that game, and without Asensio, I don't think we've got a flying hell in the bird in the sky chance of winning that.
So there's a question, Villa fans. Would you rather play PSG without Asensio or face Liverpool with him?
Yeah, I agree.
Let us know in the comments.
That's an interesting question. I was kind of thinking that before. I was like, I don't know how to answer. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the good thing about Liverpool is they're a known quantity. Like, as in, we've played them twice this season, and twice.
We played them twice. We lost 2-0. And
honestly, man, I'm too tired. We played them twice this season. I mean, we haven't won the FA Cup according to me. So we played them twice this season. We played.
Mate, there's going to be some comments about that.
I know. I'm dreading it. We played them twice this season. We've done okay in both as well. We've came away with a draw and a loss, wasn't it? Yeah.
So far, so good, mate. Keep going.
Honestly, I can't remember. There's been too many games.
Mate, it's like watching you squirm on a hook here. Just
Team America. But, it's like, and so in that sense, I'm like, okay, well, they're a known entity. We know what we need to do, and we know that we can do it.
Yeah.
With PSG, it's the occasion, right?
Yeah.
Like, as in, to have Liverpool over two legs in the quarterfinals of the Champions League and go out would be shit.
Yeah.
It's just like, fuck, how have we managed to get Liverpool, who are basically looking to try and win? I mean, they can't win everything, but they're looking to win all the big stuff. And to go out to them would be rubbish. To go out to PSG is like, cool, right? We've had a trip to Paris.
That.
It's wonderful.
It's an occasion. Another trip to Anfield is just is a bit.
Another two games against Liverpool.
Yeah,
they're beaten 3 times and we drew one of them.
I mean, I would prefer PSG out of Liverpool, but I want Asensio to play. I think he's crucial to us at the moment. I really do. So if that is the case, what you said earlier about getting some special requests put in, Villa, if depending on the result of the game between PSG and Liverpool tonight, get that in right now and get it requested.
Well, I'm just looking. There's just something that's coming through from Birmingham Mail around Asensio, Unai Emery promise, PSG stance and wages question. So this is around like the idea of a transfer or the idea of like an extending. Who Sorry, just quickly looking. No, there's nothing really there. It's a clickbaity article. Classic Birmingham Live. Them guys at Cloud Blue. They churn out some shit. They do, mate. Honestly, it's just like okay. Well, this tells me nothing. This tells me absolutely nothing. But yeah, I don't know if there's anything else you want to go over on the game.
Well, are we at Gaz's final thought? Are we at GFT?
Gaz's final thought. Oh, hang on, actually.
Oh, yes, there is.
Our predictions. There was our predictions. So, again, for those who don't know, before the game, in the match preview, which if you want to watch that, check it out. We do the preview, but we also do our predictions, and we write them down, and then we hide them away, and then Gary puts them in his sock drawer. And then we pull them back out in the analysis, and the
predictions, not the socks.
We should probably do this at the start, really.
Yeah.
No one's getting to 35 minutes.
No.
Just waiting for our prediction. Oh, they got it wrong.
Mate, what I'm going to do, right, is just snip this and put it on TikTok and as a short because otherwise no one's ever seen it. Mate, at least remember to say like and subscribe at the start. That's the most important.
Kill me, mate. Kill me, right.
Sorry, I'm gone. Okay. Right, okay, my prediction was this in the sunshine.
Oh, mate.
Lovely. There you go.
Bread and milk there as well.
Bread and milk, mate.
Alongside the 1-1. Yeah, I was predicting a 1-1. I thought that would have actually been a very good result.
Yes, I agree. But 3-1's beyond our wildest dreams, mate.
Were you also thinking like I was when we scored? I was like, fuck, why isn't the away goal rule a thing anymore?
Yeah, I did think that.
What? Yeah, I don't. We can't just drag this on. This will just go on forever if we just keep coming up with new topics. But yes, as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you got to here, then I don't know, pop in the comments, golden bucket egg, and we'll send you a sticker or something. Like if you've managed to get here, then thank you so much for watching. Because
subscribe, GFT, mate. This is the GFT.
Oh, yeah,
right? Here we go. So, my final thoughts are this: fantastic result yesterday. To go with a 2-goal advantage into next week is massive. I think it more or less puts one foot into the quarterfinals. However, I felt the performance again was flat. I felt that the tempo, in particular, because we haven't mentioned it, I don't want to bash him, but Watkins was shocking yesterday. Yeah. Bailey, apart from the goal, after 10 minutes, just went anonymous again. Didn't really do. Was really poor.
Anonymous.
Yeah, that's the word. No, that's not. No, you know what I mean.
Anonymous.
Fucking hell!
Oh my god, anonymous. Oh mate,
I'm done. Yeah, basically,
I'm going live. I'm going to pass out again.
Yeah, great result, mate. Up the Villa, but yeah, it was. My final thought was still the tempo was not good enough, and
the thing, like we said, is do not concede early. Get the first goal.
For me, I said it during the show. They were the more likely to go and win that game until we got the own goal. They were pressing more. We were under pressure. They had the goal on clearance, and then the own goal changed it, and then we get the luck of the penalty. I just hope that we have not used all our luck up in the Champions League and the FA Cup. Because sometimes you need a little bit of luck. And hopefully we've got a few more of them to come. So that's it.
Brilliant. Well, we will be back tomorrow for the Brentford. Preview. And then we might try... I don't think I can do Sunday. I might be able to try Sunday to do the post-match, but otherwise it'll be Monday for the post-match of...
Brentford.
Thank you. Oh, my God, mate. Honestly.
So without further ado, every week we follow... the boys in claret and blue.
Cheers, everyone.
Peace out.